Well, obviously, this is a great occasion that we all have come to share together tonight. And Robin and I want to thank everybody for joining us. It's just a great occasion, supported by two large and loving families, some families larger than others, but nevertheless, this is just a wonderful time for all of us. And we're here because we obviously care and love Rob and Caitlin tremendously. And the fact that they have taken this path, now they've been on it a while. It's about 7 years to get here, but they knew what they wanted to do all along, and I think that's outstanding. Now, making that decision is basically, I think, very characteristic of Rob, because he's very meticulous and methodical about planning everything out. Unlike his dad, who basically took 3 months to get married. And Robin's dad said, son, I've seen you take longer to pick out furniture. So, well, we don't care how long it took. The fact that they're here and they're together is the most important thing. And again, Fred, Maureen, thank you so much. Thank you for giving us such a beautiful daughter-in-law. And we know we just got remarkable kids, and it's going to be a remarkable marriage. And so I want everybody to lift a glass and toast the remarkable couple.
Where are they? They're right here. I mean, they didn't get oh man.
Now, anybody else who would like to say anything?
Oh my gosh.
I once run into a Baptist minister down in Mississippi. He would say hallelujah, say amen, say any damn thing you want.
Amen.
So, anybody who'd like to have the floor or the mic, they're free to do so right now. And try to keep it clean, guys, please. Everybody.
Hi, I'm Drew. If you don't know me, I'm Kate's older brother. And at Megan's wedding, I kind of fumbled in all my papers, and I'm trying not to do that on this toast. Okay, 3 short chapters. Chapter 1, my introduction to Caitlin. Oh my God, we're having another baby. So I'm a 12-year-old kid in Oklahoma, and we have. I'm 12, Megan is 6, and Matt's 4 years old. I think our family's set. And I'm on a drive with my mom to Conroe, Oklahoma. And she said, what do you think about having another addition to our family? And I thought she was absolutely crazy. I mean, we've been over the diapers and the strollers and everything. It was like our family was set. So at first I was terrified that we were going to have a kid. And then it ended up being the greatest thing in my life when Caitlin was born. It was actually, I felt like a dad because I was 12. And it was the greatest day of my life to that point. Probably still is. When she was born, Megan and Matt and I don't know if you remember this, we ran out of the house, we were running around the neighborhood screaming, we had a baby sister, I was ecstatic, and Caitlin, you probably don't remember that. Okay, that was chapter 1. Caitlin and I had a special bond growing up. I always was sort of pseudo-brother, not father, maybe confidant, and chapter 2, my favorite person in the world, /Chris, / the adventures of Rat Stink Pot Mud. Okay, I tell Caitlin when she was little, my favorite person in the world, and it's true. She was sort of a tag-along wherever I went. So I was in high school, and she was this little 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old. So it was we made quite a scene. Chris, Matt will speak more to that. Who's Chris? Well, you'll learn. Chris was Caitlin when she decided to become a boy. Matt, you can talk to that. Bowl haircut, only boy clothes, only call her Chris. That was her instructions. So we played along for a while. And then she adopted the name with me and my friends, Rat Steampot Mud. Where she got that, I'll never know, but she was a 4 or 5-year-old, and that's the name she came up with. So we always laugh about that. Chapter 3, moving along. Caitlin, the artist, Caitlin, the Rob years, and Caitlin and Rob in perseverance. Caitlin, the artist. I admire her creativity. It's something I encourage you to continue to do, Caitlin. You have a lot of talent. And her first, I just made a note, her first piece of art was this wonderful engraving. It's beautiful. It was tri-panel engraving. It was on her Toyota Previa with a rock when she was 6 or 7 years old. She engraved all 3 panels of our car with a rock from the driveway. It was unbelievable. She was very artistic, a little out of the box. That was modern. Nice. Now we have a couple of Caitlin Patrizzi featured Stover arts in our apartment in New York. So, okay. The artist, the Rob years. I feel like Rob's been a part of our family almost as long as I can remember. Back to high school. And I read on your website how Rob met Caitlin, or you saw Caitlin in 8th grade, or something like that. And you didn't talk to her till your senior year in high school? I mean, this guy has some perseverance. Holy cow. This guy knew what he wanted. And Rob, we love having your family and vacations. And this guy, if you ever play a board game, you want him on your team. I mean, he will fight to the death. But Rob, yeah, you're still a guy. You're smart, you're patient, you're loyal. And we're really excited that you guys are finally doing this. And I think you guys really complement each other as a team. And it's been evident through the years. You guys have persevered through your own personal, tragedies that life's thrown at us. And you've come through in flying colors. And it's amazing to see that. So, I have a lot of other notes, but that's where I'm going to end it. Caitlin and Robbie have an angel looking out for you. Megan will be with you, inspiring you wherever you go. I can't wait to see your new adventures in Houston and beyond. You've got big dreams, and I know you'll achieve them. So, congratulations. Cheers to you guys. Love you both. And I can't wait for tomorrow. Woo. Welcome to Austin, everybody. Matt Patrizzi.
All right, hi, I'm Matt, one of Caitlin's older brothers. Kate is 5 years younger than me, and for as long as I can remember, Caitlin became my little tag-along from as soon as she could walk and talk, and I had a little brother for a long time. That's where Chris comes in. Chris would do anything and go anywhere, and it was great. I mean, having Caitlin as a sister has always been a lot of fun. Anyone that spent time with Caitlin and I know that we share this kind of unique characteristic where we know each other's thoughts, we can almost finish each other's sentences. So that's always been fun. And jokes. And jokes. We have a lot of inside jokes together. Sorry, this is. I'd like to think that my style of big brothering has led to Caitlin's not only physical but mental strength as well. I mean, she's persevered through the years, not only in athletics and sports, but over these last few years. Her mental toughness has been something that I really, really appreciate. I can't say enough about Rob. Rob's been there for as long as we can remember. And he's always been a strong person to stand by not only Caitlin's side, but mine and the family as well. So, here's to you two. I can't say enough of good things about both of you, so best of luck. Cheers.
Wedding extraordinaire.
Sarah McGettigan, everybody. Sarah McGettigan.
Where are they? All right, Caitlin. Oh, well, you're gonna cry. Probably all will. Everyone in this room knows, without me having to stand here and say, that there is one person that is not here tonight. I mean, you wouldn't be here, you wouldn't be in this room if you didn't know that one person. And for someone not to stand up here and say what Megan would say, I can't say what Megan would say, but I can stand here and I can tell you right now that she would look at her sister and she would be smiling from ear to ear because she loved Caitlin more than she loved probably anyone else besides Matt and Drew. She loved her sister. And I know what that's like because I have a sister who is my best friend in the entire world. And I have a brother who is more than a brother. And in this family, you might have a title and it might be brother and it might be sister, but it's way more than that to us. Our family is, you can't put a word on it. And the girl that made us that way is in pictures, and you can see her face and you can see her smile, but she's also in all of our hearts, and she's made everybody in this room a better person. So tomorrow, when everyone's looking at Caitlin and you see her walk down the aisle and you see how beautiful she's going to look and she's going to have a radiating smile and happiness is going to be flowing around, you need to take a second and you need to look above and you need to remember that person who made us better people and who loved her sister more than anybody else. We love you, Megan, and I love you, Caitlin.
Let's go, boys.
Here's the grand poobah.
Well, whatever that means, I've lived a lot longer than I should have, but I'm glad I'm here tonight. It's been a glorious day and it's going to be a fantastic day tomorrow. I don't know, Bruce, when you look about this, all these beautiful people here, and I think back about the time Ann and I got married, can you imagine what all these beautiful people happened because of us? You're not here tonight with us in body, but you know, you're here in spirit.
Rob, Rob, Caitlin, you really are blessed to have such an amazing family. And now you have an extended family. When you get married tomorrow, your family has just exploded. And it's a great feeling. It really is. We celebrate that with you tonight. Kate, we've known Rob since he was sort of a little miracle, you know. When he came about, you know, we were living in the Woodlands in one of our flybys through Houston, and his mom and dad stayed with us for a while, and you were kind of Berta's baby. And that's what she said, no, you can't play with him, he's Berta's baby, and we got things to do. So I'd go out to dinner or stuff, you know. Wait for Robert to get home, have a beer and some chips or something, you know. So we've known you a long, long time, and we are excited for you. We've watched you grow into a fine young man. You have this great analytical ability, which you've obviously analyzed well. It did take you a while, but Kate, just bear with him because obviously this is a thing in the future. But it's okay, it's not a bad thing. You chose well. Kate, we love you. We just, as we've gotten to know you, we love you so much. And now that we've met your family and see your family, where you came from, we understand it all. So you guys are just going to be a wonderful offshoot of this combined family. We toast you. We celebrate your marriage. love each other unconditionally, grow, be happy, multiply, and you will, I promise you, you guys will just have a wonderful life. Keep your family close, and we know you will, unless you move to Alaska or somewhere like that, and Patagonia, and we may follow you actually, so there'll be someone close. Anyway, I lift a glass to you guys. We love you guys so much, and we're so glad, Kate, you're a part of this family, and we're glad your family now is a part of ours.
Oh, Bob's a little hard to follow, but I'm going to try to say a few words. You know, there's two founders of the family, the Beckhams and Stokes. Now, they're both wonderful families. Now, I do think, you know, through the years, looking them all over, I mean, that they've got some good athletes in the family, but they lack a little speed. I think, I didn't ever see Robin beat in 100, 200, or long section. And I never saw her beat in a swimming match. So we injected a little bit of speed to the Stover family, and I just want everybody to know that. They are a wonderful group, and we're awful proud to be part of it. I don't know how that boy ever captured those Caitlin to start with, but he did a good job, and I'm proud of him, and they're going to make a great couple. And we're just proud to be here with everybody, and we hope that everything goes smooth, and I know it will. I got a kick with Paul Patricia tonight. He said, well, you just kind of got to go with the flow, you know. So I think everybody's doing that pretty smooth. So, Caitlin and Rob, you're the highlight of my life. And of course, I have to keep little Keister in there too. He is also. But it's there's no doubt in my mind it's all going to happen good, and y'all going to make it happen. Thank you very much.
This is going to be nerdy.
I'm going to John for a second. I just kind of drag him up here football sport. I've known Rob for a couple years now. We were taking the same classes for a while before we became acquainted, and then we ended up living together for a year in college. The main thing I want to address is when I first started hanging out with Rob, it kind of like was in a group setting, and you know, we weren't really familiar with who he was, or I mean, we knew he was smart, and we knew he worked hard, and so it was good to have in a study group. For any of you who have kind of skidded your way through college, the smart guy that works hard is always good to have around. But as we got to know him, we turned out we really liked him, and one of the things that was really confusing was because we hung out in like a classroom environment, but we never hung out in a kind of a social environment. So one of the weird things was we really didn't know if he was dating anybody, and I don't know if it was John or someone else, but like someone told us like, no, he has a girlfriend, and her name's Caitlin, and like for the longest time we thought it was like just made up. I mean, literally. The other Caitlin who was in our study group, like we had really long discussions. You weren't privy to those, but the gist of those was that we really didn't think you had a girlfriend. If she wasn't good looking. Well, it turns out Rob hit the jackpot, and we look like idiots. So that's amazing. That was just a little short story I want to say, but really I want to say that. Kind of say how great of a guy Rob is. Just living with him for a year, really kind of like, I don't know, we share some weird connection. We disagree a lot. We can argue all day, we can call each other stupid, but at the end of the day, we never get our feelings hurt. So, and we argue about incredibly stupid stuff, but At the end of the day, I guess from my experience of living with Rob for a year, I guess Caitlin gets used to Rob walking around in his underwear a lot. That's the only advice.
I don't know how to follow that. Really last statement. Actually, to Will's point, I was just telling Rob's dad one of my great joys in life is to listen to Rob and Will bicker. It's so fun because they butt heads, and then at the end they're still friends. And a lot of the same sentiments as Will. As college has gone on, I've grown to know Rob and respected him for his great knowledge, and didn't really think that Caitlin existed for a short time. But then after we met her, I've really enjoyed getting to know you both.
They didn't believe about Chris either.
I'm extremely thankful to realize tonight that Chris is a reality. I thought it was the biggest practical joke being pulled on me because I didn't believe that all these pictures we were being shown were real. But cheers to you both. So happy for you, and looking forward to celebrating tomorrow with you.
Thank God.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Whitney, and I'd like to give a toast to Kate and Rob. I've known Kate since she was about a month old. Her mother matchmade my parents, and she was supposed to be born around the same time as I was. She came a little early, and I came a little late, and we've been friends for over 24 years. Through the years, I've watched you grow up, and I've seen every phase of your life. I remember your tomboy phase, as we've talked about a lot tonight. Then there was the sporty phase, where you played just about every sport in junior high and middle school. We made pretty good tennis partners whenever Coach Cox and I was playing tennis together. Then the next phase was a wilder high school Kate. And I say wilder, where's Maureen? There you are. Okay, you know? Okay, well.
They went to the donut shop and came back at 4 a.m. and I've been waiting for where y'all were from 10 to 4 a.m.
It might not have been the donut shop. Kate had started dating Rob, and we all went to Chris Hoover's party. I mean the donut shop to see Rob. After high school, exciting times happened, and we became college roommates during our freshman year of college. Kate, I remember you created a sign, like the first night you were there, and it said, "The proclamation of our emancipation." We were free. And we signed it Tanya and Chalkin, and you taped it to the front door of our room. We gave ourselves those nicknames. I don't know where they came from. Life has never been dull with you in it. From then, I've seen you become a great artist, an even better friend, and a best friend to Rob and wife to be tomorrow, and the best sister Megan could have ever wished for. Rob, even though I've only known you for a much shorter time than Kate, I've learned a lot of things about you. I learned that you're a great guy, a good dancer. That Maria He song, he's got a routine to that. You remember that song? Okay. And you're probably smarter than Google. I'm so happy that you two are going to spend the rest of your life together. I couldn't picture a better husband for Kate. So, Kate and Rob, I wish you the very best future, and I'm excited to see the many phases of your life together. To Kate and Rob.
All right. That away.
Well, I probably know Caitlin maybe the least amount of time with you, but I'm pretty sure her and I have more in common than anybody besides her siblings. I think that Caitlin and I might have been conceived on the same day. We were born 2 days apart. go on and on. But anyways, Caitlin and I were roommates in college and pretty much made my college experience, so thank you for that. It was just so awesome to see you and Rob. I didn't know you in high school, but in college it was pretty cool. No matter what we did in college, I knew you would end up right. And I think that you guys are going to have such a special marriage, and I just wish you guys the best.
Top off to say, I mean, how much I'm excited that we're all here, my family, which I've always thought just been so great to me throughout my whole life, just so unique, so adventurous, so wonderful. And then I meet Caitlin, to see what kind of family that she has, see how close they are, see how much they care about each other. It just and how generous they were to me, how sincere, how honest, how accepting they were to me. It made me feel made me feel so special. And this is just, I've been waiting for this day, just, you know, it's just the moment I met her. And I'm just thankful that we're all here. I get to celebrate with all my friends and family that I love and care about. And I'm just thankful that you're here to support me and support us. And I just wanted to say thanks from both of our hearts, you know, how much all you mean to us, especially, you know, our bridal party. I have, you know, the most interesting and greatest brother someone I could ask for. I got, you know, wonderful friends that I've met throughout life. And then I got two great brothers I'm inheriting. And it's just, this is just wonderful for us. And I just want to say thank you. And, you know, here's to for both of us.
Hey.
So here's to the rest of the evening, and here's to family, and here's to tomorrow.
All right.
I'd like to introduce Mr. and Mrs. Robert Stover. Maureen and I would like to say how pleased we are that all of you are here with us tonight to celebrate this occasion of Kate and Rob's marriage. It means a lot to us that you're here. And I guess this would be the traditional time for me to welcome Rob into the family. But the truth of the matter is that Rob's been a part of our family for quite a while now. Kate introduced us to Rob about 7 years ago, and he's been hanging around ever since. And after getting to know Rob over the years, I can understand why that's the case. Okay? I mean, Rob is a guy with a lot of talents and abilities, and he's got a wonderful disposition that allows him to fit very well into our family. Okay? So, I'd like to say, Rob, officially now, welcome to the family. We're very glad to have you, okay? You've made Kate very happy. And you know, that's all a father really wants for his child, but for them to be happy. You know, and Kate, it's good to see you happy. Really, and it's been wonderful watching you through this whole ordeal, and especially the last couple of days. Well, weddings are a bit of an ordeal, you know. I didn't know I was going to have a sidekick here, but you know, Kate, you are a very happy child, you know, and then I thought about it, why wouldn't you be? I mean, you were surrounded by people that adored you and were thoroughly entertained by you, so, now I need to say that for those of you who were with us last night, Drew and Matt stole a lot of my material, and I'm going to go ahead with some of it anyway. And that is that Kate was also very artistic as a child. And I didn't fully realize that until she decided to take a rock and etch some stick figures into the side of our brand new minivan, you know.
Okay, way to go, girl.
And I guess that those side panels with all that empty space was just too much for a person of your talents to pass up. But, and I can tell how intelligent you were at that time too, because in each hand and in both feet of all those figures, she had 5 lines coming out of those. And psychologists tell us that's a sure sign of intelligence in a young child, you know. Yeah, at age of about 4. I also wanted to say, and I mentioned this last night, but you've always been very determined and able to accomplish about anything you set your mind to. And one of the times that was so clear to me was when, around that time, I guess, after hanging around with Matt and your cousins Ben and Chris for a couple of days, you were sitting at the bar in our kitchen and you told me, you said, "Dad, I'm not a boy anymore." Excuse me, I'm not a girl anymore, sorry. I'm a girl. I mixed that up. I'm not a girl anymore, I'm a boy. Okay, I'm sorry. This is a very dangerous situation tonight because I have a microphone and I've had a couple of drinks and I'm really not sure what I'm going to say. So anyway, you told me I'm not a girl anymore and you need to call me Chris from now on. And I thought, oh, that'll pass in a day or so. But 2 years later, about, after she had refused to wear any girl's clothing and cut her hair as short as we would allow, I think it was at John and Kate's wedding where she had to wear a dress. Carl and Kate's wedding. I am sorry. John and Carla's wedding. Where she decided it would be okay to be a girl again. And she kind of plowed that determination through high school into athletics and through college and academics. And I guess I feel like I need to say also that somebody thinks I need a drink. Who was that? All right, I'm finished, but I do need to say this, that from the time that Megan got sick, and I've told you this before, but I've got to say it again, you did everything that was needed to help her throughout that whole deal. You slept with her through the night, helped manage her medicine, helped take care of Charlie. You did everything that was asked of you, okay? You really showed what you were made of. And for as long as you live, no matter what, nobody will ever be able to take that away from you. You'll always be able to remember how good you were to your sister, okay? And Rob, I remember how good you were to Caitlin, to us, and how helpful and supportive, how you comforted Megan through that. I'd like to say you're two good people, and you deserve the best that life has to offer you. And my wish for you is much happiness. Buona fortuna! I think Ellie, yes, has some things to say.
I'm Kelly, I'm Kate's cousin, and Kate and I spent a lot of time together. Kate and I have spent a lot of time together growing up, and we've lived together, visit each other often, and the thing that stands out the most to me about our time together is abundance of laughter. The jokes we share are rather small. That's my favorite part about being around Kate. How easy it is to find humor in one of her witty comments, day-to-day absurdities, a glance from her at the perfect moment. Everyone here is familiar with how Caitlin's bright and creative and warm personality makes anything more fun. We have spent countless moments and days laughing together, carefree summer days in Austin, as well as during our most difficult days. The ability to laugh through the tears and never forget that there's always something to smile about is a quality I admire in Caitlin and the rest of her family as well. It's a quality that never fails to remind me of Meg. I know Rob appreciates this about Caitlin as much as I do. Rob once wrote me a letter and told me his greatest advice was to do as many things as I could to make myself laugh. He said, it'll make it seem like there's nothing wrong. Rob's wise advice seems equally relevant for a marriage. To laugh as often as possible, and especially when you're thinking to yourself, what's wrong with that person? This is not the only valuable piece of advice I've heard from Rob. He is a wealth of information on various subjects, but I also enjoy his input on more subjective topics. One time, Kate, Rob, and I were in the car together, and Caitlin and I were most likely pressing Rob for his opinion about something. And Rob was maybe indifferent or maybe reluctant. And he finally said, you know, not everyone announces their feelings all the time, like everyone in your family. Caitlin and I kind of looked at each other and probably laughed and considered, possibly for the first time, that some are open and inquisitive and opinionated communication style may be viewed as oversharing. But really, Rob has been a part of our family for as long as I can remember, and he gracefully adapts. He generously shares his talent in the kitchen with us, and he always participates with a smile. He's supportive and loyal, and we're thrilled that his place in our family is finally official. I love you both. I'm happy for you. I'm grateful we're all here together to celebrate Kate and Rob.
I'm Keith Stewart. I'm Robert's brother, he's your brother. And first I'd like to begin with, obviously we're all here to celebrate Rob and Kate, but not only that, this is it's a celebration of family and friends, because everybody here today has, impacted Rob and Kate in their lives in such a way with their love and support to get them to this point today and make them the truly amazing people that they are today. With that said, Rob, when I think of things to say about Rob, I suppose, I don't know anybody that quite sets a better example than my brother Rob, and that's truly why I love him the most, because he exemplifies a lot of characteristics that maybe I don't. Matter of fact, he's everything I'm not, and I think that that's why we're best friends and we're brothers. A lot of the same characteristics, and some of them would be, and one that I would think of actually is, corny as it might sound, would be the word courage. I've seen Rob make leaps and bounds throughout his life that I couldn't even fathom to do, and that's also something that I see in Kate, and I think that's why they're so compatible. Over the years of getting to know Kate, that's one thing that I've definitely seen is, not to reiterate what Fred had already said, but her determination and I don't know. Y'all really do make a perfect couple, and I look forward to many years of getting this to spend with you two and your family. So.
Father, if you'll do a blessing, we'll eat, and that will end.
Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Shall we pray? Let us pray. Good and gracious God, we give you thanks for the blessings of today, for the beauty of creation, for the food before us, for our families and our friends and our faith. Especially we thank you today for the beauty of love as is seen in Rob and Caitlin, and in their commitment to live and love each other, live with and love each other all the days of their life. Bless our food and our conversation. Help us to remember that you are our origin and you are our destiny. We ask all of this through Christ our Lord. Amen. And it's okay to clap for God if you want.